Hi everyone, welcome back. Episode 2 of Who Should You Choose, the video series where I go through all the prior videos, questions, and comments, and help you with your HUT lineup decisions. In the first episode, I waited and got all of the comments from that episode, went through them, sorted them by people that have subscribed. Again, I appreciate everyone that is subscribed to the channel, trying to give back to my more loyal listeners and viewers a little bit more. So we are going to go through all of those questions and comments. If you have a question you want answered on the next video, make sure you leave it down below. I would also have notifications turned on because these questions and comments usually come immediately after I post the video. But if your question doesn't get answered, stay and watch the video because more than likely you're going to get your question answered. There's a wide range of questions here. So let's get in. We'll start with Luke. He says, "Yo, Sleeves, I'm free to play. I want to approach the AMA portion of this content. I appreciate the content as always, especially the longer form Coffee and Shelf. That's my podcast. What kind of changes would you like to see to X-factors? Is there one in-game you would alter, one that's not in-game that you would add?" So for X-factor cards specifically, I've been saying this since they came out with X-factors in NHL 22. They need to add customizable abilities to X-factors. So what I mean by that is, let's say Tim Stützle's got elite edges, gold elite edges, great ability early on in the game, but it loses a little bit of its effectiveness as the game goes along. So let's say he comes out with a live moments card or some sort of event card, and that card has, Tim Stützle card has gold unstoppable force. The X-factor you should be able to go in and choose his gold ability to switch it from elite edges to whatever other cards that Tim Stützle has that he has unlocked and use that as well. Not on top of, just in lieu of. I think that would be the biggest change that would make X-factor cards far more valuable. What is one that is not in game or one that would alter or one that's not in game that you would add? So there's a lot I would kind of alter or just get rid of because they're not useful at all. Like It's Tricky, for example, or Send It. But the one I would recommend now, since we've changed to the new pressure system, I would love to see one where they do not get impacted by the full pressure meter. So let's say it's a defenseman, he gets hemmed in his own zone. I can't call it relentless. Something along those lines where his energy just does not go down when he's in the full pressure when it's activated against him. I think that would be a massive one and one that would be really useful given the new changes to the game. This one comes from LOLLOL. Which two would you choose out of these fantasy NHL D-men cards? Sandin, Letang, Sergachev, Bouchard, Falk. Looking for cards that'll be usable sooner than later. Okay, in terms of usability, Sandin would be number one because he's already a half-decent skater in the game. And, if he gets 1 or 2 goals, it would be pretty useful. Washington sucks this year, though, unfortunately for my Caps. Letang, Sergachev, Bouchard, and Falk. I would say Bouchard if they didn't start him so low. I would say Sergachev is the clear winner out of these. Falk, he's so cheap. My co-host of my podcast used to be the e-bug for the Blues. He's a season ticket holder for the Blues, friends with a lot of active players. Falk is probably not going to have nearly the good season that you're looking for with him, even for the price. So I would go Sergachev and then probably Sandin because you want to use him. Bouchard would be then after that. Let's say Ethan says, "Hey, Slaves, how's dad life going? I am tired a lot, but it's going. I'm free to play with 350k, and was wondering what fantasy card I should go after, if any. I currently have a good enough team, and I've made Tavo and bought Rasmus Anderson out of the auction house for decent prices. I'm a Flames fan. I respect it. The fantasy hockey event is one of my favorite events because it ties to real hockey. It is the best event for that reason, and I always try to buy as many cards as I can. Okay, with 350k." You're looking at a mid-ranged one. Obviously, Doughty is now out of the question. I hate the fact, but I said this when I saw his card when he came out. Doughty looked to be the best one just because of his abilities and the fact that he's got decent stats already. Then he popped off for 3 goals. But you're probably not going to be able to afford him. Dursey is a good one. He's shooting a lot. A really, really interesting card there. Same with Bowen Byram. I think that he's got a shot as well. Dylan Cousins is probably going to be too expensive, but another good one would be Pavel Zacha. He's getting all the opportunity in the world on a somehow, in my opinion, fraudulent Bruins team. But those are probably the ones that I would look out for. Next one up is I've got Brisebois. I've got Joe Brisebois and Robitaille for my 87s. I need a D-man 87 team builder. Who should I make? All right, so the options, you already have Brisebois. The next one would be Brian Leetch. I think that Brian Leetch is kind of the one right behind Brisebois, in my opinion. I think Zubov is a fun card, not really worth it. And Low, just skating is good, and he's a very defensive-oriented one. Definitely has a place because left-handed defensemen are just not... There isn't a lot of great ones, but Leetch would be my answer. Victor says, "Hey, Sleeves, great..." My question is, what defensive player should I get for my third line? I use Fox and Riley and have 140,000 coins. Keep up the great work. Thanks, man. Fox and Riley are fine. Another good one that I just put out kind of my best of all ranges video going over a lot of cards for different prices. A good one would be Team of the Week Miro Heiskanen. Good size, good shots, good speed, all of that. If you don't have Dmitry Orlov. I don't know why Dmitry sounds so weird. Dmitry Orlov from the training camp event, you can make him for two gold cards or 4 gold cards. That's what I would do if you don't have him. And then activate Truculent. Free to play. With 420,000 coins, which fantasy card should I go at for that price range? Hoping to snipe Chikrin, Doughty, or Tavo, but that's not likely. So which of the fantasy cards should I go for, or should I wait for Team of the Year? Plus, got MSP. Should I go Chikrin or Tavo, leaning Tavo? Also, how many X-factors should I use? I'm likely going to do 3, just looking for more input. Didn't play much past November last year. I have Makar, Point, Goudreau. Bias Jackets fan. Have him all year. Respect it. Should I go for Connor and then get rid of Point? Also, keep up the great work and thanks. No problem, man. Okay, so if you, from what I'm reading here, it looks like you've got the collectibles so that you get the discount price on an MSP. Here's what I've been telling people. If you are completely free to play, meaning that you need the fantasy card to hit, I would go Teuvo Teravainen. He's already got 90 skating. He's usable in your lineup. Even if he doesn't score again for a month, he's still going to be very usable. However, if you've got a God squad, I would go Chikrin because at 99, Teuvo is not going to be nearly as valuable and useful as Chikrin would be. And Chikrin is just ripping the puck on net in Ottawa. The only issue is obviously that he gets hurt. I was stunned by this. His career high games played in a season is 65. Now, there's some shortened seasons in there, but still, that's crazy. He's got like an 8-year career. And he's already missing a couple games for maintenance and things like that. So just be careful with that. It's definitely riskier, but there's a real shot that a 99 Chikrin will be nasty. Teuvo will lose his value as the game goes along. His value is right now. So if he scores, let's say another 3 or 4 goals over the next, 2 weeks, okay? He's so far and away better than everyone else that progression is so slow. So if he can break away like Duchesne did in NHL 22, you're laughing. My man Hockey Opinion says, what is one card that a free-to-play player should target most importantly when they have a solid team? What card can put them over the edge? Ooh, okay. So not like what should everyone go for if they're free to play? What card is the one they should chase? It's yeah. So I love, guys. Make sure you're replying to any questions that you see. I love this. I love seeing my community, kind of answer each other. X-factor McDavid. Yeah, X-factor McDavid is the one that you're chasing. I would not go out of my way to get him though. So what I mean by that is do the X-Factor choice pack for 50 gold players or whatever it is. You have a month cooldown. Okay, just do it. And if you don't get him, you don't get him, right? If you have a decent X-Factor you like, don't just sewer them into a reroll for the sake of getting McDavid. But do the moments and everything like that to get all the X-Factor packs you can. Do the XP path one. What I mean is basically continue trying to do X-Factor packs until you get McDavid. And if you can't, you can't. Basically, Team of the Year is probably where I would stop. But X-Factor McDavid is probably the one card. I'm free to play. I have 500,000 coins. I need a better second line right winger to play behind McKinnon. Who would you recommend? It's funny because right-handed wingers are super weak right now. Like, there just isn't a ton. I like Red Eye says Braden Point and Jack Eichel. Eichel's cards always play far better than they kind of are. So you could get like the 86, or I believe it's 86, the Star of the Month Eichel. I think it's about 80K, 70, 80K. It's a lot. Like, that's probably the most I'd pay, and he's kind of going for that price. But he would be a very, very good one. Another good one is if you're working towards Mario and Gretzky, go get Solani. That's an easy one for free, essentially. Maze Jolt, my man, he says, pay to lose, but a massive grinder as well. The biggest grinder that I know. Currently at 11,000 coins, but I have tradable Gretzky. Should I focus on building his power-up icon and ultimate and untradeable and cash out on the coins, or will that be a lose-lose? So you gotta do the math. It's gonna cost you about 1,200 players to make Gretzky or Mario. You're gonna have them all year, so having them tradable isn't really a downfall, but it's very, very expensive. Like, it's going to be, if you sold Gretzky or Mario for like 1.3 Anything under 1.3, I just think it's not worth it because of the amount of time involved to do it again. But that's what I would recommend. Next says, I'm a Canadians fan and I made Suzuki week 1. I have about 400K. Is it worth going for Teravainen or Chikrin? I'm free to play. Yes, I think it is. So I'll peel back the curtain on what I'm going through right now. I've got a very good team, but I also play the game far more than a lot of people can. I am free to play, however. I'm no money spent. I am not free to play because time is money, fellas. But okay, so for this, what I would recommend is if you've got 400,000 coins, I would take the issue is rivals rewards. So I'm in Division 2. I got Ultimate. My options are to take an Ultimate pack, a Jumbo Elite Players pack. So basically 40 players, 80 and above, tradable, as well as 8 gold collectibles, which would get you like another Elite pack or whatever, which turns out to be about 70,000 coins if you just pull like 82s. The other option is to take untradeable, but obviously like you can't get coins if you don't pull something you need. And then the other option is 100,000 coin, and coins sucks to take. It's so boring, but untradeable is probably the play because you're just hoping to pull anything that you can trade into sets. If you get within like 100, 200,000 coins and you've got a really good tradable card, like for example, I have the Heritage Classic McDavid, best card that I've used in this game by far. But, if I have to sell it to get Tavo, I probably will because I just want it because it's fun having like that chase, right, with the entire community. But that's how I'm kind of playing it. A long one here. It says, Chase says, hey, Slaves, I'm free to play and slowly working towards one of Gretzky, Lemieux, and Howe. I currently have 96,000 coins and 2 of the 8 icons needed for the ultimate icon. Who would you choose between the 3 if I could only make one? Keep in mind that I probably won't get them until December, January. So as the game goes along, Gretzky becomes less and less useful. Right now, he's great because of Unstoppable Force, Elite Edge is great combo. But they gave Mario Unstoppable Force, so it's got to be Mario because the end game, he's so big, it's just a clear advantage. Simple one. Mario or Gretzky, thanks, buddy. It would be Mario, yeah. I think Gretzky is a 1A, like very close, especially right now. Hey, Slaves, got to know. F, Mary, kill Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau, and Evgeny Nabokov. I can't do it. All right. Pay to win, 48-year-old dad. Let's go. Division 4, 300,000 coins and a decent lot of 83, 84s. I have Gretzky and Lemieux done. What's a good price for Gordy? 550. Anything under 600. Anything under 6. Remember, it costs him about $1 million to make. Hey, Slaves, wondering if I should go and work towards 66 or 99 or try to get a second team builder. I already have Luke Robitaille and 3 out of 8 for 66.99. Okay. You need to have 2 team builders before the next team builders come out, which would probably be end of November, beginning of December. The reason is it's going to take 2 of them to get the next one, right? So if you only have 1, you're gonna have to make one, and then everyone's trying to make them. It ends up being so I'd probably focus on getting that next team builder. But 99 and 66, best cards in the game right now. So it all depends on how much you play. How I'm doing it, guys, slowly but surely. I take untradeable rewards, and any non-NHLer just goes into the icon sets, and I'm getting there. Again, pay to win. I've got a top 6 of Mario, Joe, and McDavid, Garen, 86, Draisaitl, and Luke, 1.1 million, and I have enough fantasy to make any MSP. Should I just wait to spend or try to make Gretzky or what? Rumple emote forever. I love that. Make Teravainen. And honestly, if you can, make Chikrin too. It's the best event, man. Having multiple of these guys is so much fun if you have the option to. The next events that come out following this, before Team of the Year, will nowhere near have the value of these MSP because they're, like, let's say they're 87 overall, but they won't go up. They're 87 overall. That's it. Hey, Slaves, I'm free to play. What are the steps to be making coins as I want to buy my favorite players? I have 18,000 coins and I'm making a team builder once I'm done, though. I don't have stock. What are some valuable cheap forwards? I have a video, man, that will literally go through all the cheap forwards, like Base Larkin, for example, Eichel, Team of the Week Sanderson, a whole video that will go you through all the cheap ones that you could look at. In terms of making coins, the objectives, if you go all the way over to the objectives and go to X-factors and power up icon objectives, play on rookie squad battles and just grind those out. It takes a while. It's kind of boring, but there's about 150,000 coins and objectives there, plus all the power up collect. Do I choose to buy NHL 24? Really enjoyed from 17 to 22. Haven't played the last 2 years because I felt it got repetitive earlier each year. Have they added in much in the last 2 years that would keep past Mark? Could I start Hut now and be somewhat competitive? I'm free to play besides all the money I dump into sports games. It's so much better than 23. I don't know how much better it is than 20. I'm being honest. I personally think this is a massive upgrade over 23, but that does not mean that it is a great game. Just simply that it's better. 23 is an all-time bad NHL game. There is not a ton. World of Chell has a lot to do now with the battle pass if you play World of Chell, but when it comes to HUT, it's still squad battles, champs repeat for the most part. Hey, Sleeves, would you re-roll any X-Factor cards that are in the fantasy event to try for McDavid? No. Any X-Factor that you get, Suzuki, Doughty especially, any of those guys, keep them. Because getting your shot at McDavid, while great, okay, it's far better to have Doughty, who might pop off and be a 90, and even though it will cost you a lot of power-up collectibles, at least you have that in the back pocket. So that's what I'm doing. I pack Nick Suzuki, and I'm not re-rolling him. I'm just holding. Tara Vinen is tearing it up, man. He got another goal tonight. Should I go, so he should go up to an 84. Since he's got a hat trick the other night, Zach's not bad. He's not. You're right, brother. Mats, he says, Sleeves, I'm free to play and presently have around 52,000 coins. Should I go ahead and save up for another 22,000 coins and bite for the base McDavid? Wait until Wednesday or Thursday and buy base McDavid for about 70, 80,000 coins. I said, okay, guys, don't give me your whole team. Okay, just give me a couple questions, choosing between. But in terms of your forward group, I really like your forward group. I do. Yeah, I like your forward group. But yeah, for the McDavid, I would buy base McDavid. It's gamer time. Says, yo, Sleeves, I'm free to play. 30,000 coins, and I'm a squad battle grinder. I suck at rivals. Respect. I need a left wingers to put on the right wing, preferably a scorer because I only have skaters and a couple goal scorers. Also love the content been watching since I started back in NHL 20. Thanks, buddy. In terms of, so you want a left-handed player on the right side. So okay, you're opposite-handed. Base Connor McDavid's probably the best place to start. There's a lot of decent left-handed wingers that you could go after. Like Kaprizov's live moment card is pretty cool. I like that. It actually looks pretty good. But yeah, base Connor would probably be the spot if you don't have it. All right, Brad the Burger says, hi, Sleeves. I have 55,000 coins, and I'm looking for a second pair left-handed defenseman to replace X-Factor Yossi when I roll him. An 83 admin. Oh, Heiskanen. Yes, I believe you. Heiskanen would be it. Or, super cheap, Brady Shea's Team of the Week card is actually kind of good, man. Kind of good. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. If I didn't get to your question, I apologize. Remember, if you need something answered immediately, come to my streams. Link is down below, twitch.tv/NoSleeves12. I'm live the entire afternoon every day, all the way up to content time at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you come and hang out there. And if you also need more HUT help, go and join my Discord. We have 4,000 people in there. All we do is talk HUT all day long. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.